Hey family, it's Ashley Devoe, and today I want to talk about something that doesn't get posted nearly as much as the success stories: funding setbacks. Because everybody tells you about the approval. I got $50,000. I got approved for the business card. Look at this credit limit. Everybody has a screenshot when things go right, but I have never seen somebody wake up, get denied, and immediately post, "Good morning, Facebook. Chase denied me at 8:42 this morning. God is good." We don't post that part. But if you're serious about being a business owner, you've got to understand something. You're going to have setbacks, and sometimes that setback is financial. The question isn't whether everything will always go your way. The question is, what are you going to do when it doesn't? And I can speak about this because I've had to rebuild financially myself. There was a period in my life when everything changed. I went through a divorce, dealt with personal adversity, and within about 6 months, I had accumulated close to $100,000 in credit card debt. Think about that. Nearly $100,000. And I'm somebody with a background in accounting and finance. That's the part that'll humble you. Because knowing what to do financially and going through something personally are two completely different things. Life does not care about your resume. Life will look at all your degrees and certifications and say, "That's nice. Anyway," and suddenly you're dealing with a situation you never planned for. I remember having unpaid utilities and looking at my finances knowing, "Ashley, we've got to fix this." I couldn't sit around embarrassed about it. I couldn't pretend it didn't happen. And I definitely couldn't fix everything overnight. I had to assess where I was. I had to make decisions. I had to rebuild. And most importantly, I had to stop allowing my current financial situation to convince me that this was going to be my permanent financial situation. That experience changed the way I look at setbacks today. That's also why when a business owner comes to me and says, "Ashley, I got denied," I'm not looking down on them. I'm asking, okay, what happened and what's our next move? Because I've learned firsthand that a setback and a final destination are two completely different things. When a lender tells you no, it's easy to take it personally, especially when you've been working hard on your business. But lenders aren't necessarily evaluating your passion, they're evaluating risk. You might know this business is going to work. Your mama knows it, your friends know it, your customers know it. You've already mentally spent the money. You haven't even been approved, but you've already bought equipment, hired somebody, launched your marketing campaign, and somehow upgraded your office. Then the decision comes back, declined. Now you're looking at your phone like, "So y'all just don't care about these plans I made?" No. That's why I constantly tell business owners, learn to think like the lender. Instead of asking, "Why won't they give me money?" ask, "What are they seeing that makes this application look risky?" Now we're thinking strategically. Here's where people make the setback worse. One bank says no, so you apply somewhere else. Denied. Another application. Denied. Another one. Now at 1:47 in the morning, you're on Google typing, "Guaranteed $100,000 business loan. No documents, instant approval. Family, go to bed." Because now your emotions are making financial decisions. One thing the military taught me is when something isn't working, you don't just keep running in the same direction because you're motivated. You assess, you adjust, then you move. Funding should be handled the same way. If you receive a denial, read the reasons provided. Don't just get mad and throw the letter away. Was it credit, utilization, recent inquiries, debt obligations, revenue, cash flow, time in business? Or maybe the financing product simply wasn't a good match for your current situation. You need information because there's a major difference between "you can't qualify" and "you don't qualify right now." If the issue can be corrected, now we have something to work with. And that's exactly how I had to approach my own financial recovery. I couldn't change what had already happened, but I could control what happened next. That's the same mentality I want business owners to develop. And here's something people don't always want to hear. Sometimes getting denied forces you to answer a question you should have answered before applying. What exactly am I going to do with this money? If somebody deposits $50,000 into your business account tomorrow, where does it go? Not, I'm growing my business. That's too broad. How much goes to marketing, equipment, inventory, payroll? What's the expected return? And how are you paying the money back? Because capital without a plan can become expensive confusion. And confusion with interest? Whew, that's a combination we don't need. Getting funded isn't the finish line. The money needs a mission. Another mistake I see is business owners waiting until they desperately need money before they start paying attention to their financial profile. That's like waiting 3 days before an Army fitness test to start working out. Now you're drinking gallons of water, eating salads, running twice a day, praying. Family, 3 days isn't going to undo 6 months. Financial preparation works the same way. Pay attention before you need capital. Protect your payment history. Manage your balances. Be intentional about applications. Understand your business cash flow. Know what's happening with your finances. The strongest time to prepare for funding is before you're desperate for funding. So what happens after the setback? Simple. Identify what happened. Figure out what you can control. Correct what needs correcting. Give those corrections time to work. Then come back strategically. And stop comparing your journey to somebody else's highlight reel. Social media will have you believing everybody has $200,000 in business credit, an 800 credit score, 6 rental properties, 3 companies, a Mercedes, and a French bulldog. Meanwhile, somebody watching this episode right now has $42.16 in their business checking account. Listen, where you are today doesn't have to be where you stay. I know that personally. I had to rebuild. And rebuilding taught me lessons that success by itself never could have taught me. So family, if you're experiencing a funding setback right now, don't hide from it. And don't let embarrassment make your next decision for you. Look at the situation, learn from it, fix what needs fixing, then get yourself back in position. Because the goal isn't simply to get approved. We're trying to build sustainable businesses. We're trying to create opportunities. We're trying to build generational wealth. And sometimes the story you're embarrassed about today becomes the story somebody else needs to hear tomorrow. That's one reason I share mine. I've had setbacks. I've made mistakes. I've had to rebuild. And I'm still here, still learning, still building, still helping other people get into position. So don't let one no convince you that it's over. Sometimes no just means not like this, not yet. Come back better prepared. And when you do, come back strong. I'm Ashley Devoe. Solid advice. Ironclad results. I'll see you on the next episode.